Hi and what's up? If you're new here, I'm Scovia and I love showing you easy and amazing recipe. Today's recipe, I'm going to be making classic English scones, and it's going to be so easy to make and very delicious. So stick around until the end of the video and learn how to make these amazing scones. So we're going to be using a few ingredients. I have milk, flour, egg, baking powder, sugar, and a pinch of salt. And of course I have my margarine. For this recipe I'm going to be using cold butter or margarine and chilled or cold milk. So to get started, I'm going to add my flour into a big bowl. I'm using 3 cups of flour, and you're going to find all the ingredients listed in the description box down below. Next, I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of baking powder. So you make sure it's leveled. Second one, then I'm going to be adding sugar. I'm using castor sugar because the recipe calls for fine sugar, so castor sugar is the best for this recipe. But if you don't have castor sugar, you can use the regular sugar. Then I'm going to add a pinch of salt. Then I'm going to pick my whisk and mix together everything to combine. These are the dry ingredients. You can use a whisk or sieve your ingredients. This is going to make the flour very light. When everything is combined, I'm going to add in my cold margarine. I'm using margarine, but if you have butter, you can use that as well. Then, using my hands, I'm going to squeeze the margarine into the flour. Make sure I'm not kneading. I'm just using my fingertips to break the margarine. So it is this easy, and it's messy, but it's quite fun. So you'll squeeze in the margarine until it's fully combined into the flour. You can leave bits of margarine as well. They're going to give you a very nice scones. As you can see, we're getting to a point that the margarine is disappearing into the flour. So this is going to make very nice scones. So if you don't want to use your hands and you have a food processor, you can just pop the dry ingredients and the butter or margarine in and pulse. Once the margarine and flour is combined, you're going to preheat your oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Then you're going to line your baking tray with parchment paper like this. I've already prepped mine. So the next step is to add in 1 egg. So I like cracking my eggs in a small bowl just to make sure that the egg is fresh. Then I'm going to add my egg into the milk. Whisk this a little bit. Once done, I'm going to add the wet ingredients into the dry. I'm going to first of all use a spatula and mix everything to combine. Then I'm going to go in with my hands. Add the rest of the wet ingredients. Mix in. Scrape the bottom of the bowl just to make sure that I'm mixing everything, or everything is being combined into the wet ingredients. Once everything is combined, avoid overmixing. If you overmix the batter, the scones are going to be tough. So once everything is combined, we are ready to cut out the scones. So the next thing is to add a little bit of flour into my working surface. Then I'm going to pick my dough and dump it in the counter or my bench or my working surface, just like that. The batter should be wet, so don't worry about that. Then I'm going to add in some more flour. This is going to make it easier for me to handle the dough. Then I'm going to press down on my dough, just like that. Then I'm going to cut my dough in half, lift my dough and place it on top of the other. This is going to give us layers. Once more, I'm going to press the dough down. Then once more, I'm going to divide the dough in half, pick it up, place it on top of the other and sprinkle a little bit of flour. Press down. Once done, I'm going to be using a cookie cutter to cut out my scones. This is going to be so good. I'm going to place this on my parchment paper, and if your dough is sticking onto the cookie cutter, so you can place it in the flour, tap it a little bit and cut out. Go around, lift up, very nice. Make sure to space the dough. So this is how they're looking after cutting out the scones. They are good, they are perfect, and I'm a happy person. So I'm going to use my egg wash, and I've cracked an egg into a bowl. So I'm going to brush scones on top so that I can have that golden brown color, just like that. If the kids are around, you can let them do the egg wash. It will be fun. So I'm excited for my scones because I know they're going to turn out amazing. Just follow the recipe and you'll get awesome scones. Once done, I'm going to bake my scones for around 12 to 13 minutes or until the tops are golden brown. So I'm going to pop this in the oven. My scones are ready and they're looking amazing, and I've been cooling them on my baking tray for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to transfer this to my cooling rack. Don't mind, they're not very hot. So I can handle them with my hands, just like that. This is how they're looking. So they are super good. So I'm going to give this one a try. As you can see, they are very flaky. I'm going to add in some butter just when the scones are hot. The butter is melting into the scones, so I'm going to give this a bite. So good. It is really flaky. So I hope you make for yourself some amazing scones, and they're going to turn out even more amazing than mine. And you're surely going to enjoy each and every bite, maybe for your breakfast or for your afternoon tea. So thank you so much, and catch you on my next one. Bye.